Welcome to the Wizards of Ecom, your no-fluff playbook for online success. Each episode is fully packed with actionable tactics you can implement in your business right now. Take your life to a higher level and excel in your online success. It's time to work on you and your business. Let's do this. Welcome back to the Wizards of Ecom. My name is Carlos Alvarez. I'll be your host for the show. On today's episode, we have our amazing co-host, Noemi Bolojan. Noemi, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you doing?
I am doing great. For anybody listening to this, they may be wondering what I just said. I didn't introduce you as a guest, but instead as a co-host to the show. That was no mistake. It's something that we're going to talk about in this show and that we've been discussing what feels like years, but it's only been, a few months?
Yeah, something like that. Not even a few months, a few months, let's say 2 months. It's a few already.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For a few months now, and it was tons to cover, and like the stars aligned. I feel blessed to have you as a co-host on the show. You were, the last time you were on this show, you were a guest. So correct. Guest to co-host.
Yes, guest to co-host. Don't ask me how or what happened. I think that's just it feels amazing to be a guest. And I believe that it feels even more amazing to be a co-host. So, I'm not sure what to say.
No, that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. When I started the show, it was, I don't know, for me, it felt like a lot. I think you're going to bring a ton of value to the show. We're recording this on, today's the 9th. We're recording this on the 9th, and your first episode is already locked into the schedule to be released on the 24th. So roughly 2 weeks from now. Correct. And you have a mutual friend of ours, Alexis, who will be coming on the show. And I won't give away the title or anything, except it touches on some pretty important stuff having to do with your business. And Alexis was the first or second episode of this show. So having him back, it should have happened a long time ago. Let's get right to it, because this is a bonus episode. While podcasting is a super exciting journey, it's scary and time consuming. You're a full-time Amazon seller, like a very active Amazon seller. You have no courses, there's no fluff, there's no anything like that. Like, you're in the trenches. Why did you decide to say yes to being co-host on this show, and what sort of value can listeners expect from you?
As you're saying, my background has seemingly nothing to do with Amazon or anything marketing related, and I think that actually my background, I'm an artist, right? And I am dealing with creativity on an everyday basis. So the first time when I seen or found out about Amazon or passive income or all the ways that you can make money, aside, and you can actually turn it into your full-time gig, for me it was like, hey, this is what I'm doing all day long. It's just I couldn't scale it. So this is somehow the way I've seen that it's a great possibility to do the same things, to enjoy the same time that I enjoyed beforehand, but actually reaching a bigger audience and helping people more. And it's it's actually what I wanted to do without realizing that or what I was trained to do without realizing that I was trained to do. Did I explain this correctly?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it completely makes sense. You touched on being an artist. Can you, I know the answer to this because I have insider information, but what sort of artist? You mentioned, or a creative or an artist, what sort of creative or an artist would you describe yourself as?
So professionally, I am a music producer, but I don't know anything else besides creativity and music. And the way how I see things, business is creativity and music. It's just as I was saying, I think yesterday we had this conversation, it's just without words maybe, but you still need the same network, you still need the same, you still need to achieve the same goals. So, and just to get back or to your actual question, like why now and why Amazon, the way I feel it, it's like this is the way how, from my point of view, maybe I'm a beginner right now, right? But I have all that knowledge behind, and I can bring it and can transform it in a way that most people are not seeing it, because most of the time what's happening, like every time when someone is starting out, they think that everything is new, when in fact it is not. So somehow I'm trying to bring to our listeners now the fact that it's like you don't have to be a genius on something. You already have those skills. You just have to transform those skills that you already have and just to bring them to whatever you're doing. Like in our case, it would be like Amazon or ecom or marketing or whatever we're doing, you know. So that would be my take on it.
Awesome. In your first, I can't say, I was about to say first appearance, but there was a video version of it, so it's on YouTube. But your first time on the show, we touched on, and I won't give away the whole show so that people can listen to it, but we touched on the fact that you were a new seller and that you picked, as a matter of fact, I mean, I think me, who I try to like always like boost people up and say, you can do it. I told you repeatedly that I thought this product was just like run, like this is the most competitive, the very poster child of, you know, magnet for Chinese knockoffs, like a worst nightmare scenario, but that you, and it was in a competitive category, but you actually made it and continue to make it work. So that's what that episode's about. I guess we'll put the number in the show notes, because I don't know if you remember the episode number, but I don't recall it off the top of my head. What was it?
I think it was 70 or 71, something like that. Maybe Alina was 70 and I was 71, something like that.
I'm not sure what motivated you more, the fact that it's in a category you like, or the fact that you wanted to prove me wrong on it. I don't know. Like the jury's out on that, but you've done really well with it. So much so that
thank you.
You were a guest on the show. My question is this though: what I feel like the way I just sort of described you as an Amazon seller, I'm the polar opposite of that. I've been selling longer than most people. I've been very successful, a veteran seller. How do you think that happens on the show? Like what do you feel that you can bring to the show that maybe I'm missing or that you can do better?
Okay, so just to add there, to be able to prove you wrong, that would mean that I would have to know exactly how to prove you wrong. And it's like, it's not about that. But getting back to your question, I think that most of the time people believe that they must know or must have this, as I was saying, this type of skills, or must know everything about something in order to make it successful. In my case, as I was saying, and also on the show, I hope that listeners are going to listen to the show, and we're going to actually insert the correct number of the show as well. So there's no guessing work there. But I believe on that episode as well, it was, most of the time you don't know what you don't know. And most of the time this is what gives you courage, right? Most of the time it's a gut feeling and I'm going to run with it. And if it's not working, it's not working. But you're still going to make sure that you make everything in your power to make it work, right? Because as you were saying, okay, you were also saying that it's a very competitive niche. Well, when I started the product, I didn't know. And there was too much further in it to say, hey, just because Carlos said it's a competitive niche, that's actually something that, okay, I have to be aware to make it even more, like to work even more, to work even harder. So I guess that also this is a point of view, or this is a perspective that I try to bring to our listeners, because most of the time you don't know what you don't know. But this can be like, okay, you were saying you're a serial entrepreneur and you already have a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom, a lot of training in some typical things, For example, for me, I don't. So this is why every time when I'm listening to something, I'm questioning everything, and I'm trying to understand how does that fits in what I'm doing, and if it fits, I'm going to take it and to manipulate, not maybe manipulate, but to transform it exactly to what I need, So this is also what I'm trying to bring to our listeners, the way I'm seeing things, because it might be for newbies, or it might be a different way of thinking. Not necessarily, I have the training, I know how to deal with this, right? Well
said. Very well said. I have a question here, and this is a little off script, but I've never asked you this directly, so I think I know the answer here, but I'm assuming, for me it's 100%, but I'm assuming it's mutual, that our I know your husband, Daniel, awesome guy. I'm assuming relationship. You agree? I hope so.
Agree.
Like, I'm assuming that relationship plays a huge role in your life and in your business, just like it does mine. What impact? Let me just ask it. Like, what impact does Daniel have in your business?
You're usually asking our I love how I'm saying our, not your guests, but our guests. You're usually asking them on a scale from 1 to 10. What is the number? I think for me it's 10. It's definitely, it's 10 plus, I would say. I think that having the right partner, I mean, not necessarily in personal, but also like business, having the right partner can bring you up or like can completely destroy you. So I also believe that it depends on the length of the relationship, right? Because we are like for 10 years married. This year it's going to be 11 years married. So I also think that that is a proof of, you already know each other, and it's way easier to like build on top of that. You will understand each other way better. So to actually answer to your question, I think it has a huge role to whatever partner do you have, or if you're married, or in this case, like business relationship. So by the way, just to add there, this is why let's not put it to the marriage side, but this is why I also like wanted to or volunteers to be a co-host on the show, because the first thing it was like, it's Carlos, yes. Most of the time people don't know exactly why, but they're going for it. So I also think in my case it was a gut feeling, like you already collaborated with this person, you already like worked with this person without actually working with them. So I think also it's very, very important to know if you like this person or hate this person, or no, if you love this person or hate this person, because that's going to make the way.
I'm assuming I fell somewhere in the middle of that.
You're assuming wrong.
and by the way, it was more than just some volunteer list that was out there that somebody said, "Yeah, I'll do it."
No, I volunteered myself. Just to be clear, I volunteered myself and sold myself, and it worked.
Something I think we should have said at the beginning of this episode is, in addition to like this major, I'm going to say upgrade. I know that sounds like we added a sunroof or something, but like I have
the sunroof.
You're the sunroof, right?
Solar panels. I'm the solar panels of the show.
So in addition to this major upgrade to the show, there is one other thing that's huge that's going to be happening to the show, which is episodes. We are now going to have 2 episodes.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Per week.
That's true.
So we still have our Monday release episode, which will be, I guess, the vast majority of the time, it'll be hosted by me or both of us. And then you have like really cool stuff already lined up coming out on which day?
On Wednesday. So my episode would be on Wednesday. I'm trying to branding it as Wizards Wednesday or something like that. I still have to look for a name.
Wizard Wednesdays. I love it.
Yeah, Wizard Wednesday, something like that. Yeah.
I absolutely love it. You are very active in the Amazon seller, the Wizards of Amazon meetup group. You're an admin. You're also on the leadership team of the group. What role, if any, has being in that group been on your Amazon seller journey to date?
It taught me what role? Maybe if I answer you what it actually taught me, the whole thing, like, because I've been like for a whole year already. Actually, we know each other for a year. And during this year, as you were saying, I managed to climb up the ladder, the Amazon ladder, without actually wanting to climb up the ladder. So I think that the role, the way that I see it, it taught me, or it helped me to think as a leader. And most of the time, not necessarily to think as a leader, but it helped me like, if you're thinking about yourself as a leader, you will act like a leader. If you're thinking about yourself as a founder, you will act like a founder. Here also, I think that what it actually helped me It's I was thinking of myself as it wasn't Wizards of Amazon. That's not Wizards of Amazon. I am also Wizards of Amazon. So I think that's what taught me, and that's what, like, this is why I'm still kicking it, right? Because I love it. I love to have people. I love to be there, and also, like, I'm not thinking that's Carlos's gig. This is our gig, And also, I think this is what helped you understand. I have no cards, like nothing hidden. And I think this is also something that if someone tries to, for example, because I know it's networking, right? And if I may add there, people usually assume that just because you're networking, you actually have like hidden thoughts. You don't necessarily need to have hidden thoughts. Maybe the hidden thought was, if you have a hidden thought, yes, I want more, and I want to understand more, I want to learn more, and I want to give more. Most of the time, people won't succeed because they actually go for a strict agenda, and I'm going to befriend someone, I'm going to, and they're trying to climb that networking ladder, which I think here it didn't happen because I was like, I want to do this because I can help people, and I am learning. And, as I was saying, thinking we, it's not his, hers, it's us, Did that answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've never known you to have a hidden agenda or anything like that. So, yeah. Absolutely. Well, can you share with everybody, because I don't know if you're going to say this in your episode, and I want to like get this out there.
Yeah.
I was joking with you before we started recording this, and I was like, because I figure a really tough question is describe yourself in one word or something like that. And I asked you to describe yourself in one word, and you use the word that it's become like
it's an adjective.
It's part of the vocabulary now in the group. So what is that word that describes you?
Cattitude.
And what does it mean to you?
Cattitude. So just giving you a way of my thinking, right? Cattitude is like an attitude that a cat has. They are very judgmental and very like, I'm higher above everything else and everyone else. So just to give you a short story or background on me, I am very, very introverted as a person. I'm very like shy and I'm afraid sometimes of things, but I won't show it, So I invented this personality of Cattitude that it's like, they don't care about things. They know already things, but they are still like nice and still like, Cattitude, like, let's say it like a cat, have the same attitude. Plus that we're also in the pet niche, a cat niche. So that was a bonus, but not necessarily. But what I'm trying to say with it is, have you read Pitch Anything by Oren Klaff?
I have.
All right. So the way I see that book, that helped me tremendously to understand it's not who you are, but who you want to become. So most people don't know you, right? And they will know you only if you present yourself in the right way, or if you present or sell or pitch your idea the way that you want to pitch it, right? And for me, Cattitude, for example, it was this persona or personality that could do everything, and eventually you become that person. Of course, you can become whoever you want. It's just like playing it hard enough and right enough, and to not piss off people sometimes. That's also
this sounds like a page out of the Avengers. It sounds like the Avengers.
It is. Maybe it is. Yeah, Endgame it is.
So who's your favorite character from the Avengers then, if we're going to touch on that?
Favorite character? I don't have a favorite character, but recency bias. We just watched WandaVision, and Wanda, it's pretty cool that she has all this power and she can change reality, and it's like very dangerous.
Who, Wanda? Cool. WandaVision?
Yeah, okay. WandaVision. She's the Scarlet Witch.
I want to ask this because I don't know the answer to this, and then I want to wrap this up, and that is, what's like the most exciting thing you have going on in your Amazon seller business right now?
Right now, it's our second product. It's risky and exciting. I mean, the way I see it, it's very exciting because we don't have a lot of data on it, but we know that it might work really well. So that's super exciting at this point, and we're testing a lot of stuff. It's going to be launched in a month, a month and 2 weeks, something like that.
Is this the variation of the first product, or this is a totally different product?
It's a variation plus update, I would say, because it's different from what we have now. It's more expensive, so there are a lot of triggers there. As I was saying on the previous episode, our episode actually on the show, my first episode on the show, it's a product that it can be a huge flop or a huge win. So this is why, yeah, I'm trying to make it work, as I was saying. So let's see how it's working out. Risk management, and if it's working out well, then it's great. If not, then at least we didn't die, as I was said.
Well, I look forward to hearing any of the successes or failures you have with it, or as much as it's able to be shared, hopefully on the podcast in the future.
Thank you.
Noemi, an official welcome to the show, literally, not just as a guest. Is there anything? There has to be a million things because there's many layers to you, I feel. Is there anything that you would want listeners to know about you that may not be readily apparent to them if they've not met you and they're just hearing you on the podcast and you think it's important that they should know about you?
Yep, sure. So first off, thank you so much for your time and for your patience for listening to me. I love that. Something really important. I was a fan. I am still a fan of the show. So I'm trying to bring a new perspective and a different perspective to the show, meaning that I'm trying to see this from, as I was saying, beginner's point of view. And I believe that this would help you as a listener to understand things from a different point of view, because most of the time what's happening, you're too focused on things and you feel too ready of knowing things, when in fact there are very small things that you might not be aware of. So that's the side that I'm trying to bring. And yeah, I as I was saying, it was a pleasure to be a part of this group. Now I feel that I'm also part of this group even more, and I'm actually actively helping. Like until now, it was kind of passively helping. Now it's like actively helping. And also, if you have a specific topic for the show, please reach out to Carlos and myself. We would love to hear from you, because most of the time we're just bringing what we think that it's important for our audience, but for us as well. But if you're reaching out to us and just letting us know, look, this topic I'm really interested in, that would be a huge help, because we are doing this at the end for you as well. I mean, 80% of the time for you, I guess.
I think in the future, we should probably create like a specific email. You know what I mean? Like Noemi at Wizards of Ecom, or Carlos at Wizards of Ecom, or just podcasts at Wizards of Ecom that we both look at, where people can send questions. That's an awesome idea. You see? You're already dropping like golden nuggets and improving the show.
Yeah, right.
I would say the best place for people to reach us currently about the show or about anything Amazon is going to be the Telegram chat. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you say?
I agree. I agree necessarily. And also, like, if you're not part of the group, just join amazongroupchat.com. amazongroupchat.com, and there you can you will be introduced to the Wizards of Ecom main chat, and then you can ask whichever chat you want to choose. We have different chats, like for the Wizards and like the Wizards of Amazon. We also have for wholesale. We have for the Spanish group. So we have a lot of groups that you actually can be part of it.
Yeah. Arbitrage, book clubs, online seller groups, just China trip. Yeah. Just have a lot of groups, and we're adding more. But you can access the group chat at amazongroupchat.com. You can also join our meetup group, since we stream the events now. If you go to amazonsellermeetup.com.
Yeah. So that's definitely something, just to add there to Carlos, what you were saying, that's definitely something to look into, because most of the time you might be shy, or I don't know where you are on your journey, but this is how actually I found Wizards of Amazon. This is how I gained all the knowledge, and this is how I am successful today, or it's a huge part why I'm successful today, Just listen to, we have like live streams. We also have the Zoom recordings, the live recordings on Monday, and usually it's only on Monday now, right? Because the rest, it just goes.
Yeah, the Zooms now are every other Wednesday, alternating with the advanced sessions, plus the first and last Monday of the month. And then all the in-persons are streamed, but all that, they can find all that information there.
Yeah, so I highly
Noemi, it's official. Do like a Zoom high five, just in case anyone's watching the video. Like, bam! All right, We weren't in sync. We'll get there.
Wait. 1, 2, 3.
2, 3. Bam. All right. There we go. Official welcome again. Welcome to the show, literally. I look forward to, let's see, this is going to release on a Wednesday. Mm-hmm. So the Wednesday before the 24th,
the 17th.
Which means, yes. So I look forward to talking to you on Monday.
Me too. Looking forward. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Thank you, everybody.
It was fun sharing this episode with you. If you found value in what you've heard, please show your love with a subscribe, rate, and review of the show. Until next time.